Right, hi guys, and welcome to the first unboxing video on my YouTube channel, I think. Can't recall exactly, but I've done a couple of unboxings on Facebook, stuff like that, social media, but I don't think I've done on Facebook, so it's gonna be a first. Anyways, I received this here package from Zuta Amplification. As you might recall, I did a demo of their LA25, the Mark I, with the metal chassis. This is the Mark II in a rack format, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it and show it to you. So at least that's what I hope is in the package. So without further ado, let's unbox this thing, shall we? There we go. All right, see, that's nice, right? Nice packaging. Let's see, let's turn this thing upside down. Look at that. That's a clean looking box, right? All right, so this side up. LA25 Mark II. Which side is up then? This side, okay, it's this way around. Ah, that's nice. Look at that. Very well packaged. I'm gonna put it on the floor so I can just lift it up from here. Okay. There we go. Let's put the amp aside. Let's show what's in the box first, right? So, foam inserts. I assume there's some stickers here and some rubber feet as well. Since this is a rack model, usually you want some rubber feet to keep it from, sitting flush on the bottom of the rack. If you have, like me, I have a desktop rack, so I definitely putting these in so it rests, get a little bit more air ventilation underneath, so that's really cool. Saves me some trouble. Power cable, good to have. And then we have, look at this. Let me show this. So first was the amp, and then cut out in the bottom of the cab like this. See? Sure you can see this. Let's see if you hit the light. There we go. So in the bottom here, I assume this is laser cut. This is the foot switch, Zuta. And just like the Mark I, it has 3 channels and a boost for channel 2 and 3. And that boost is independent, so you can actually use it as sort of a multiple gain stage thing, which I usually do. I use channel 1 is clean, channel 2 and 3, I have those set similar gain levels, and then use the boost to have another 2 higher gain variations of those 2 channels. Then you have the FX loop as well, which of course you can have effects in, but I usually also have a boost of some sort, like a EQ or a clean boost pedal. So when I activate the loop, I might activate an EQ as well as a delay or such, so I have a lead boost on one switch kind of thing. DIN contact there. So let's get on with the really exciting stuff, shall we? So whoa, this looks even better in person, I must say. I've seen lots of pictures of it, but this is a beast. Black brushed aluminum, very classy looking finish. Quite robust. I mean, there's a big transformer in there. You can see the tubes, very marked out, 12XA, AX7, ECC83. It's a really well laid out. You can see the transformers. You can see the dummy load, or the reactive load part, same as in the Mark I. But the big difference here, and which are all really well thought through, alterations, in my opinion, is the fact that it is in a rack format. So instead of being a full-size cab, they made it just large enough so that they can move a lot of the functionality up to the front here, instead of having some on the back and some on the front, like the smaller little brother there. So what you have on the back here now is, the speaker out, the virtual mic outputs, the line out, the effect loop, DI mic output switch, and pre-DI FX insert, but no like knobs and switches that much as a ground loop and ground lift and line level signal. So that's good, because now you have immediate access to everything, up here on the front instead, which is going to save me a lot of hassle, because I want to rack mount it, so I need to have access to all this while on the desk. So what we have here is, this is the simulated mic cab sim now on the front instead, with the EQ switch and the distance and the angle. So they also changed the names of those, so it's easier to understand what these actually do as well. You have the effect loop and effect return level there, the channel, the EQ for the cab sim again, the boost, plexi. Instead of vintage modern, they have sort of named it plexi, which is more, I should say, descriptive of what it actually does, what it sounds like. A bright switch, open. Instead of that, compression circuit we talked about, in the demo, they called it open instead. So it's more of a, also describes a little bit more better, I think, what it does. Rather, it's some sort of compression circuit, but what it does is opens up the sound when you don't have it engaged. You have a high pass filter. It was called Byte, I think, on under amp. So, it shelves off some low end, gives it a tighter response. Then you have something called DI FX and a ground lift here. And you see this jack? It's a combined jack, so XLR/tele 1/4 inch jack. And I haven't really dug through, the specifics of this, but from what Bashkum told me, this is a reamping circuit as well, with its own dedicated transformer. So what you have here, you have the ability to DI and reroute, reamp the signal directly within the rack, which is really cool. So you can have a clean DI signal passing through. And then you also have a pre-loop. So you have a loop that goes before the amp as well. So you can have like a Y-split cable back and put things like boosters, compressors, stuff like that you might want before the amp, or even want them as always on kind of things. So you can use that instead of having it on the pedal board. You can have them as always on features back in the rack instead. And then of course the regular loop. Very clean layout. I mean, the amp is not on here, so you won't see this light up, but they're illuminated the back just as the other amp. Same chicken knobs, very clean look. I think it weighs around 8 kilos, something like that. So, I mean, with it only being 17 centimeters in depth, you're actually going to be able to put this in a very shallow 3-unit rack and have it as a carry-on. Very nice power switch here as well. Backlit, of course. Laser etched graphics, so it's going to stay pristine, for ages. Of course, I'm going to make a demo of this naturally, but I just want to do an unboxing video first, just to show what it is. I mean, even down to the rivets, they're really, really nice, high quality stuff. Really, really awesome looking stuff. So I'm gonna chuck this in the desktop rack, one of the desktop racks I have, and start, thinking about what to demo it with. Okay, so thanks. See you guys later.